Got her PBA hat on and everything.
That's right.
Steve Hoskins in the opening match, 8 strikes. Seemed like he was struggling, but he had 8 strikes.
Well, the 4 of them were the last 2 frames, the 9th and 10th, when he struck out to put that match away against Joe Firpo. First look at Dave D'Entremont, I should say. He's a big, strong guy, 6'1", 215 pounds. Really get some turn on the ball, some revolutions. There's what happens when you get that live roll. Get the good breaks.
Nice break there, yeah. Pin comes across the lane to get the 4-pin.
There was a good match. You can see the graphic on your screen at home. 258 to 257 in match play.
We'll take that right now, huh?
Yeah, these guys start out the week with a full field of, and they end up after 18 qualifying games with 24 players in match play. And after match play, where they carry the pinfall over and there's 30 bonus pins for a win, you see the top 5 on television here Tuesday night on ESPN.
Different ball on that lane.
Different ball and the same result. It's kind of interesting as you see. We'll take another look at Dave D'Entremont going to the foul line. Look at the rotation on this ball, the strength he has. The bowling ball looks like it weighs about 8 pounds in his hand. Maybe he's using Amy's ball. What do you think?
He could probably get Amy's ball to hit that one.
I wouldn't doubt it. Steve Hoskins, when he released that, he had kind of an almost, there's another 10-pin look on his face. You could see it. He
could feel it coming off his hand.
His body, you could see it in his body language. He just like, I know it's going to leave a 10-pin. It's just behind the head pin. There's no chance. The problem is if you try to force the ball up into the pocket area, you get just a little bit higher to strike. Here comes the big 4, the 4-6 or something.
You got company with that 10-pin.
That's right.
Yeah. Boy, he's nailed every one of those flush in the face. I want to remind all of you, this is Mike Durbin along with Earl Anthony. We're in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania at ABC West Lane. It's the championship round finals of the Bowlers Journal Classic. We're in our 2nd game, 3rd frame. Hoskins trailing by 10 pins. He defeated Joe Firpo in the opening match, 227 to 193. Well, there's the company we were talking about.
Yeah, but I didn't think you'd get it that way. That light hit, normally, these players playing at this extreme angle, if they hit that part of the head pin, they're going to get a strike. Here you see just a bad break. I think Firpo might have thrown that one. That's the kind of stuff he was getting, that kind of break. But the 7-10, and this is the thing you don't want. You don't want to give D'Entremont an early lead. He's a good front runner. You get him out front, and he can run away and hide. Gave it a good effort, didn't he?
Well, I'll guarantee you he did.
That's the ability to throw the ball hard. If you can throw it hard and make those pins bounce like that, you've got a chance to pick them up. Remember when Mark Roth picked up the 7-10 on national television?
I mean to tell you, he did that more with angle.
Here's a look at it. Watch this. But that's ball speed also. If he just barely hit that with that, about my ball speed, it wouldn't even have gone across the lane, Mike. But he almost got that come back out of the pit on a double.
D'Entremont using different ball on this lane.
It's amazing. Remember, we talked about the difference between the 2 lanes as you look at the money leaders, Mike.
And David, we see, is in 2nd place. He'd like to add 18.5 to that total right there. Mike Albee still leading, of course.
Mike Albee winning 2 major tournaments and with huge prize funds. That's what gave him that big, I think, edge over D'Entremont, who has won twice already also. But with an opportunity to win his 3rd tournament of the year, it would put him in the race for Bowler of the Year. No question about it.
Well, you know, it just shows you a lot about his confidence and everything to use 2 different balls here.
What it says to me is his ability, is what it says to me. His ability to read the lanes. These guys are so versatile, so talented, the pro bowlers. They can adjust to most any change in the lanes. And you can see what he's doing. He feels he knows exactly what that ball is going to do and how to use it at the right time. Hoskins is not backing off.
Earlier, I talked to Hoskins about being successful on tour.
Work on my mental game a little bit more. I've had kind of a lean summer, but I've really tried to keep the negative thoughts out of my head, and you know, it allows my body to take over. I mean, I've got pretty much control over everything I do. So if I keep my head in the game, I should be all right.
Well, he needs to do that right now and get a double up there.
He does. He's got his hands full. Remember when he made the adjustment on the left-hand lane, gave the ball lots of room, and it rolled up to the pocket, and he carried extremely well? That was going back to the shot he played earlier and couldn't strike on that lane. Here's a look at it again. The 4-9 here, the ball, he never got it out near the channel. Watch the angle of this ball going down the lane. Inside the second arrow, basically. The ball never got outside, maybe the 8 board. Finished high in the head pin on the 4-9. Tough spare, but very makeable. He's going to try to slide the 4 across into the 9. The way he'll think of this is throw the ball at the 7-pin spot. Just get a piece of that 4-pin. Well, he would have missed the 7-pin too, I think.
Well, he went for it boldly. 8 out and trailing now by almost seems like an insurmountable to.
Well, let's think about something else here. You let this guy get stroking. We know how well he can play, how he can shoot the numbers. What's a 300 game worth this week?
It's worth 25,000, and he had one this week.
That's 5.
Well, he's just, as you said, he's a great front runner.
He is. You let him out front, he never looks back. Those big shoulders are too big to look back over. He just keeps going forward. He's like a big linebacker in football. Don't come my way, buddy. I'll run right over you.
Well, there must be a big difference between these 2 lanes for him to use 2 different balls like that.
Boy, he's got him figured out, though, hasn't he? Oh, my.
And he leaves the 10-pin on lane 33 after 5 in a row. Sylvia says, well, that's okay, honey. It's just 25,000.
Well, more importantly, he's got a huge lead in this match against Steve Hoskins.
Dave D'Entremont converts the 10-pin in the 6th frame. He has a commanding 66-point lead right now. We'll be right back. Well, he's got a good TV record there and a good average. He's going to have to strike out to hit that average. That's 1.
Well, there's always room until it's over. You know, something we should do, I think, because it's kind of a special thing. I've known this guy forever. Dan Roach, you know, we bowled with him years ago, Mike, and he finally won his first PBA event. He won the senior event last night in South Bend, the Senior Open there, and congratulations, Dan Roach.
Yep. Very smooth bowler over all the years.
Always been a good talent, just could never seem to get it together for the whole tournament and win one. Finally did it.
There's the shot that you were talking about. He swung it out to the edge that time.
Well, maybe he remembered it 1 frame too late there. That 4-9 was critical for him. If he had to strike there, it would have been a 4-bagger now instead of the open in the 5th and a double. Look at the perspiration. You can see the humidity is very high here.
Well, the 4 and the 9 go down last, but they go down. The NFL coming to ESPN. It's the Eagles and the Steelers. Thursday night, August 24th, 8 o'clock Eastern time, 5 o'clock on the coast. That'll be a bruise battle.
Oh, yeah.
4-pin stands. Right now, he just keep it in the pocket.
Well, what he has to do is not, again, I say this, you heard me say this many times, and I think it's so important that you stay aggressive. You can't back off. Oh, I've got a 60-pin lead. I can relax. You start relaxing, and the Pro Bowler's going to come get you. He's not going to let you get away easy. Hoskins not going to give up. He knows what the score is, and he knows what he can shoot. He knows if D'Entremont gets careless, gets an open, or gets a bad count in an open, he's back in the match.
You know, D'Entremont looks like he's big enough that he could play for the Steelers. Who I'm sure
that's what I was saying earlier. He looks like a linebacker, doesn't he?
I'm sure the people here are interested in that preseason game as we're in
something bothered him there. He stepped back, which was a good thing to do. Reset yourself. Take your time. Lots of room on this one. It's not going to get back, and he leaves the 2-pin. For briefly there, he had the 2, the 7, and the 8. Only the 2, an easy spare, but unfortunately spares are not what Steve Hoskins needs to stay in this match. He needs to throw some strikes, and it looks to me like he's out of the wood at this point, Mike.
At the 2-pin.
Hurry up, boy.
No,
Made me nervous there.
Don't worry about his ball hooking. It's going to hook.
We're going to take a look at that strike opportunity and look at the last pins down here. Watch them. They go out. They go out. You've got the 2, the 7, and the 8. 8 goes, then the 7. Leaves only the 2.
Almost a moot point at this time because he needed a strike there, not a spare.
Yeah, let's see if he really trusts the ball on lane 33. Now that he knows the match is over, give it lots of room. Let it roll back. It's kind of an in-between shot there. It didn't quite get out as far as he needed to strike. If it had been a little wider, maybe a couple more boards, it would have rolled up a little higher in the pocket and struck. And D'Entremont is going to advance to the next match.
Well, we have 2 veterans going in this next match, 2 quality players.
No question. A Hall of Famer in David Ozio, and a player trying to be Bowler of the Year this year in Dave D'Entremont.
Steve Hoskins. All the breaks went his way in the opening match, but this match, and there we see the Bowers right there. Jack, he's the chairman of ABC, and Darrell, PBA champion in his own right, is the vice president.
Got a promotion. Got a promotion. How about that?
Well, I'll tell you what.
He looks strong, doesn't he?
He's promoting 10 pins down.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to get a chance to bowl with stars like this, you have an opportunity to come out and meet your favorite players, bowl with them in the Pro-Am. Every one of these tournaments has a Pro-Am, so that's an opportunity for you to go to the bowling center in your area, bowl with a Johnny Petraglia, a Dave D'Entremont, a Mike Albee, any of a number of stars, and you get a chance to bowl with them in the Pro-Am. They help you with your game, give you some tips, and you have a great time.
And next week in Jackson, Michigan, I'm sure they're going to have a Pro-Am for the senior championship up there, I believe, at Airport Lanes.
And you get a chance to bowl not only with some stars, but some legends of the game like a Dick Weber.
Dave D'Entremont, well, that's a place to miss it when it doesn't matter. He's going to win this game. 227. The best Hoskins can get is